I wanted to give you guys an update. I went to the ER this past weekend and I cried to y'all because I was bleeding. Everyone told me it wasn't normal. My doctor's office said it wasn't normal. Went to the ER and my doctor ended up sending me home. So I wanted to give you guys an update, and I want you guys to know this. I went to the ER 4 different times. 4 different occasions. I went to 2 different hospitals, and the reason why I go back to the ER that's connected to the hospital where I had my surgery is because they have my doctor's number, like her direct phone number, so they can call her while I'm there and then let her know what's going on, and then she makes the decision before she sends me home. Now, I've had 4 CTs, which all have different findings. My mom said maybe they were just looking for different things and overlooked the cyst, but it was not listed at all. They looked at everything in each CT scan, and the cysts are new on my liver, and then this whole colonic whatever just showed up on the CT this time. I've had the CT a week apart from the last CT that I had on Friday. None of these things were found. Every time I went to the doctor, the only thing that has stayed the same is that my white blood count has been high, and my hemoglobin is low, and then my sodium and chloride and all these other things are kind of like fluctuating. So a lot of things are high, a lot of things are low, but I think it's just because I'm dehydrated and that I'm not eating. I also had an ultrasound, not vaginal. Unfortunately, I was raped while pregnant with my daughter. That really traumatized me, along with the other sexual abuse that I went through. And because of that, doctors who know about my trauma stay away from any type of pelvic or vaginal exams unless it is absolutely necessary, like life or death, because it does trigger me and send me into a spiral for a very bad depressive episode. And you guys may not understand that, but my psychiatrist and my doctors understand that, so they try not to do that. My doctor did try to do a pelvic exam Thursday, which was like a week after my surgery, but it just didn't go very well and we didn't get very far. So yeah, at the end of my visit, my doctor did say, the ER doctor did say, that there's a possible stitch that came undone causing the bleeding. So I don't know if that's normal. You can let me know if it's normal or not. I don't know. He said it will heal on its own. Cool. A lot of people say that there's probably a tear, which is what's causing my white blood count to be high, which is not normal after a surgery. I've had 11 surgeries, I know. And this isn't the first time they went in through my belly. I would show you my belly, but I don't want to traumatize you. I have lots of scars on them because I've had multiple surgeries prior, because I have issues with my uterus and my ovaries, so yeah. But yeah. What else? I do feel better. I do feel a lot better. First, I'm still having burning down there. When I pee, I'm just sitting here, there's burning, right? They thought it was a UTI, like 8 days post-op, they thought it was a UTI. They gave me antibiotics, and mind you, I took the antibiotics like I was supposed to. My white blood count is still high after the antibiotics. It wasn't a UTI because the burning is still there. And I don't know if I told you guys, but there's like a prickly, weird, uncomfortable, poking feeling that's going on down there. I don't know if it's a tear. I don't know if it's a stitch that has came undone. It is poking my insides, but it's very uncomfortable. It hurts. And then like when it does it like all day, and then like after a while it starts to become like this poking, prickly, burning feeling that I'm feeling all down there, and then it starts aching. Now, I started taking Geritol because a lot of people did advise that I start taking vitamins. I bought this prior to my surgery because I struggle with anemia. I had to get iron infusions at one point, and my doctors feel like iron pills are just not enough. I need an iron infusion, and the only time I was approved for that was when I was on Medicaid, and I'm not on Medicaid. So yeah, the insurance companies are not going for it. They want me to be on iron pills. Unfortunately, iron pills just are not enough. I don't know if you can tell, but my nail beds will show you that in fact I do struggle with anemia. I've been struggling with it since I was 10. So the Geritol has been great. Magnesium, I take it at nighttime along with my psychiatric sleeping meds. Yes. The bleeding for the most part has stopped. But the pain, the prickly, pokey, burning stuff that's going on down there has not resolved. And we are like a couple days, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we're a week and 4 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's like, what the hell? Something don't seem right. Yeah. So I'm, gotta stop doing that. I am 2 weeks and 4 days post-op, and it still hasn't stopped. My doctor's office is supposed to call me tomorrow, and I will address that with her, and I will let her know, like, hey, if we have to do a pelvic exam, please schedule the appointment enough in advance so I can properly prepare myself mentally for what's going to happen, because this is going to send me in a spiral. Unfortunately, I've been struggling with my depressive episode, but because the hysterectomy has left me with a lot of weird emotions, feeling lost, out of place, not really sure, I don't know how bad it's going to affect me. So I just want to mentally prepare as best as I can. Yeah, but that's the update. Oh, and I noticed, mind you, during the weekend, that's pretty much when I relax. I don't really do much. During the week, that is when I'm up doing stuff. So maybe that is also partially why I'm having such difficulty. I am on leave. I have not received a paycheck in over a month. So your girl has no funds because I just filed my STD, short-term disability claim, because they told me that I had to go through a different company, and come to find out, they don't even do the short-term disability claim. So I had to recently file for the correct company, and hopefully that'll help with some of the burden financially that I'm struggling with. But yeah, that's the update. I'm still going to watch out, and if I feel like things are getting bad on a specific day, because it tends, like, I tend to it's like certain days are worse than others, and I just brush it off, and then like I go like days later when it's not as bad, so they think I'm making it up. So if it does happen again, I will go to the ER that day and then be like, this is what's going on, look at it, I've been telling you for the past couple weeks, and then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I also noticed that me wearing regular clothes is just not comfortable. Anything on my belly is not acceptable. It makes it very uncomfortable, and maybe it's the pressure of the clothes. I don't know. It could be a number of things, because I'm not really as active as a lot of people think. I don't lift anything. I'm not going to lift anything heavy. I have reminded myself that over and over and over again. I'm not straining. I'm trying to make sure I do my best at being careful. So I don't know. Maybe it's a tear. Maybe it's a stitch that popped. I don't know. But something is causing my white blood count to be high for 2 weeks straight. And you can't convince me otherwise. You're not going to say, oh, white blood count being high after surgery is normal. No, it's not. I've had 11 surgeries. It was never high after any of my other surgeries. But then again, I never got an infection after my other surgeries. And this isn't my first major surgery, so we'll see. We'll go. I'll keep you guys updated as much as I can. Yeah.